gone through a few points about what we might expect to see. A lot of kiting from Panda Stick, and Bison looking to bring the axe, bring the pain. And technically, we have a little information about how their matches play out, because they did play their matches early. And actually, Bison was the one that won the series, and I think it was 2-1.
And looks like they're actually both ready right now, so I think we're going to be getting into this match really quickly. Hope you're ready for this, because I most certainly am. Just gotta make sure everything's kind of been set right here. Alright, we're both ready on the streamer side. I hope you guys are excited as I am, because personally, I just want the biggest possible upset.
Alright, best of 3. Oh no, and they put the wrong person first! Why is Enda going first?
What's going on?
Enda put himself in. Enda, please don't do this.
Oh my
now we have to wait
God.
for them to out of combat.
Let's just pretend that Anna didn't actually mess that up right here. So here's the opening right now. Yeah, they're just gonna go right at it. There's the shield coming in from Panda Stick. Panda dropping that poke, Bison doing the iframes, getting that spin in. There's the instant root coming in from Panda. It looks like Panda has this under control despite not actually.
That was a good use of his mind.
Yeah, despite not actually getting that flight advantage and that initial open out of combat, he's definitely got this under control right now.
Good spacing by Panda. He's going to put some distance, forced to use his escape on the leap from Bison, and actually that's going to buy him a good amount of distance. He gets the counter proc.
There's the damage.
Bison's
Look at Panda just poking him down. Bison is in really deep trouble right now. He's just trying his best at clutching it with rage. Oh, and just getting sniped by Panda despite the rage clutch from Bison.
That was really well done by Panda. I have to commend him. I mean, his defensive play was really quite excellent. Bison tried to get in on him a few times, but he built some distance, and he timed his blocks at the right time that allowed him to build space to do damage to Bison. And by the time you saw at the end, Bison actually landed a stun that Panda couldn't get out of, but at that moment in time, his cat had the cooldown on his knockup available again, and he just put Bison on the floor and used the cat mount, and that earned him the win. And really, just very neat play from Panda.
It's just it's just really incredible coming from Panda. Like, he didn't even have that advantage there. Like, you know, like, Enda kind of like messed it up for him at the beginning, but it didn't really matter because he just kept that. He kept having so much control over the match, just poking him down, shooting those sunflowers, getting those groggies tossed in, just to keep Bison under control, basically in a cage in a sense, just constantly getting shot at. So we're gonna go ahead and actually go right into the second match right now. Finally, let's hope that Enda doesn't mess up again on my end.
Yeah, just make sure, let him know that, make sure he picks. Okay, you're gonna send me a spar request.
Alright, well, ready. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, go ahead and send me the spar request.
Alright. He said I chose third.
That means Panda was the one who messed up. Blame Panda!
Panda took second.
Or were you the one?
Panda took second.
Panda took
I'm done. I'm done. Alright, we're back to genociding the Panda, by the way.
Point fingers.
Alright. I picked 2.
Okay. Alright, we have it right now, so we're gonna have a proper opener. But despite Panda not having the run, he actually ended up winning that match. So let's see what happens in this match. Opening moments, Panda here putting pressure on the Destroyer actually. He runs in, gets the counter on the axe throw, so beautifully done. Bison opts to spend his flame wheel, that's the invul. And Panda smartly doesn't attack into it, spending his root, and Bison forced to use his backdash.
That was really awesome come from Panda. He just completely stopped Bison's opener right now. Not right again, he's just dropping that poke down, getting that shield in. Just to he's just trying his best to pretty much not take any damage from Bison's combos right now. Bison's just trying so hard to get his iframes in, spinning in to try to do as much damage as he can, but Panda's just tossing his counters in right as the spins happen.
He gets grabbed on the counter this time, and now Panda's in a little bit of trouble. He gets stunned, right, and he's gonna have to use his escape now. So Panda's really looking to make something happen. He's worked on a lot of the health of Bison, but one mistake could be the end of the match for him. Panda trying to build some distance. A good mine from his cat is gonna knock down Bison and stop his advance. But here comes a charging stun, and this could be a lot of damage. Pick up into the drop, a back row from Panda, and a beautiful counter. Well done.
Oh my god,
Panda.
it's like the exact same scenario as the first round right now. Bison's just trying so hard to catch up, and he actually clutching that with his X, critting for what looks to be like 3 to 5k damage, just barely making it out alive. Bison just showing once again how to just come back. Just insane.
Oh my god, there used to be a summoner there, and then Bison just shoved his axe somewhere that we won't name, and Panda just disappeared. It was all going so well for him. He built so much space, and Bison just came in with the big crit and just cleared Panda out.
It's already going 1-1 right now. Who's gonna take the first set?
In 1-1, and the next person who wins will take the first point in this best of 3 series, and then they will go back to 0-0 in terms of rounds. In the first game we saw, and I feel like, here's the thing, Flo, I feel like in this game we saw Panda playing really well still. I don't think it was necessarily something that he did exceptionally poorly, but Bison seemed to just find the right timing to go in and hit him with the axe crit, and that won him the game.
Basically what it comes right down to is, like, Panda is just playing it like really straightforward. He's just kind of like in the last 2 rounds that we've seen so far, he's just getting that big advantage over Bison just simply because, like, he's just getting all of that damage in, stopping the openers from Bison, getting his counters in, not taking damage. He's avoiding all of the initial stuff that Bison does, and then he just comes right back, gets his cat to CC, to just toss those groggies, toss those dazes onto Bison, just getting that, like, big, like, advantage right off the bat.
Yeah, that's for sure. And, you know, actually something that I think was really well done by Bison in that last match was his timing on his fire spin, his Q. At that moment in time, Panda was trying to look to create some space with his block, but the fire spin doesn't actually proc the block. It goes through, so he was able to avoid Panda's attempt at getting away. But the opening moments of the next match, Panda opens it quick with a knockdown on the Destroyer. He actually pushes in, and the Destroyer punishes them by stunning Panda right off the bat.
Already getting
Panda
grappled by the cat right now. There's the damage coming in. Panda just pulling off once again, countering right off of the Destroyer, getting all that damage. There's the bubble. I'm not even going to take damage right now, just poking him down, getting those cannons firing out of his Sunflower, and just not taking damage again. This is just Panda a complete repeat of the last rounds.
He's been doing so well. His counter timings have been so good. You saw him counter the jump, and now he counters the flame wheel, but he's going to actually get hit by a parry and get grabbed, and so some health regen for Bison, and a chase down from Bison with the stun. Panda is trying desperately to build some space. His cat is dead, but Bison is nearly dead himself. And Panda into a knockdown. This is going to be a lot of free damage. The knee is going to put him into daze. Here comes animation canceling into the pool, and finally the F-roll comes back up, and Panda's going to finish it off.
No comeback from Bison. Bison was trying his best to try to clutch it again. But it just was like I said, Panda's just having so much control, and it's so, in a way, it's easy for the summoner to not take damage. Like, just because while the Destroyer is spinning, he'll just come up, throw his Dandelion a little bit, you know, and just not even take any damage just because he's invisible.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things I mentioned it during the match with Panda, man, he's timing his counters so well. The first time, I mean, 2 counters back to back, right? Bison tried to get the jump on him. He tried to hit him with the stun, and Panda just countered that and went into stealth. And the next time Bison tried to make a play, he used his flame wheel and got the follow-up. Panda actually hit into his invul, so the follow-up was available for Bison, and that would have sent Panda flying into the air and put him into a knockdown situation, which is really bad for summoners, by the way. Getting knocked down as a summoner is really, really rough on you. But Panda very smartly using that counter at the opportune moment, and he gets away from that situation. So right now, like, Panda's defensive play is just a beauty to watch.
Yeah, for sure. I think that right now, like I said, Panda is just always taking the opener. And if Bison can establish any sort of, like, damage coming right off the bat, it could definitely go in his favor. You can see right now, he's clutching his damage. He's just getting in there. He can shoot off the burst like when the opportunity arises.
Good use of the root, and Bison's going to counter that by using his Flame Wheel. He gets the grab off of it. Here comes the knockdown. Panda going to use his F-roll, and Bison spinning to try to build back the distance he lost. And Bison coming in with a charge stun and hits Panda with it. No escape used just yet. Panda sitting bravely, and he actually procs his counter, so that's going to put him in stealth. Another root spent, and there we go. The Flame Wheel follow-up finally does connect. And he gets Panda on the floor, but Cat Mount is going to stop that moment of offensive pressure for Bison. This is actually looking pretty good for Panda.
Panda's just like holding it down right now. Like just every time Bison tries to make anything happen, he's either going to encounter Panda's counter, Panda's bubble, or the Cat's just going to come in and just CC, just like body block Bison in a sense. But Bison's just trying so hard to get that gap close, and he's actually
no. And Panda's actually put on the back foot. He tried to use the bind to knock down Bison, but right at that moment, Bison chose to use his fire spin, and that eliminates that option. He got a lot of damage onto Panda. He's now in danger of just being one-shot at this point.
Oh, and so close from Bison! These matches are just so close, man. It's like the hair at the back of my neck is just going up just because you don't even know what's gonna happen. Every time you see Panda, he's like, oh, he's gonna get that lead. And the next thing you know, Bison's like, alright, let me just try to come back after finally surviving all the crowd control getting shot out from Panda Sticks. And once he finally gets there, we're like staring, we're like, is it gonna happen? Is he gonna crit big? Like, what's gonna go down?
It definitely could have ended at that moment in time. Both their health bars were so low at that point in time. And this is, I mean, I'm feeling a little bit bad for Bison because he did win that match early on that they played before. Maybe Panda picked up a few things in that time. Maybe, I don't know. Panda's one game away from moving on to the bracket and eliminating Bison. And unfortunate situation for Bison, but that cannot feel good.
I think that, like I said, it's just right now, like, Bison is really juggling his options. If you notice from the matches previously, he's like basically, he's deciding whether do I go on the Cat or do I go onto the Summoner. Like in some openers, he tried to axe throw onto the Summoner to try to pull him in. Didn't work out. Okay, then he tries to open up with a stomp onto the Cat. Maybe CC the Cat before he starts moving out onto the Summoner. Didn't quite work. Panda is just really controlling each beginning of the match, and I just feel like Bison right now, he's just going through his options. Maybe he'll clutch it. You know?
Yeah. He's definitely playing very smart, making very educated guesses about what will be coming next. I'm going to go ahead and start up the next match here. And it really seems like Panda is just one step ahead of Bison. Let's see if Bison can pull it back. He still has a chance. These matches can go by very quickly, and like you mentioned before we started commentating this match between Panda and Bison, you're talking about that explosive damage from the Destroyer, and we saw that in that game, or rather in that round that Bison won. We saw the power of the Destroyer axe crit. Let's see if he can make it happen this time around. Opening moments here, Panda pushing in aggressively once again. Flame Wheel already spent, but Panda opted not to do anything, and so once again Panda is one step ahead of Bison, making the good read, and he's going to actually hit a parry, and that's going to earn the throw, or rather the grab for Bison, and escape already used by Panda. A lot of CC still up, and he catches them with a jump. There's a shield stun.
There's a stun. Will Panda actually blow his escape here? He actually just standing there and taking it. All that damage. How did that even happen? The complete opposite of what the last rounds have been doing so far. Like pretty much like Bison just blew as many CCs as he can, and I just feel like either Panda just was really too confident in previous rounds.
I think the big difference was, even though Panda got the smarter opener, he was able to outplay the Destroyer. He knew that the counter was coming, he waited a bit, and he got some control out on Bison. The following moments were really crucial, however, because Bison actually got the parry stun and caught him in the corner of the map, and from there, Bison used his grab and threw Panda down onto the floor for the knockdown, and Panda actually used his escape to get out of that CC. And I think that was the crucial error, because after that point, Panda tried to get away, he missed his counter on the Destroyer's jump, and from that moment on, the shield stun into the, I think he used a charge stun afterwards, just too many stuns, and Bison was able to take that match off of him. So perhaps this is an example of what would happen to Panda Stick if he wasn't so on point with his counters. You know, because in the previous matches we were talking about, his counters were really well timed and avoiding a lot of CC. He couldn't make it happen this time around, and we saw how much damage that the Destroyer got off of it. Alright, so that's going to put both players up to 1 match in set number 2. If Panda wins this, he's going to be moving on to the next part of the bracket.
He picked second by